What's up, everybody, and thanks so much for tuning into this video. You're in for a treat as I'm getting ready to go hard in the paint for the Olympus Om-1. Let's go. So I purchased this camera last summer, so it's been about a year, so I thought it's a perfect time to tell you guys how I have found using the Olympus Om-1. Initially, I bought this camera because I was shooting on the Canon T5i program and something was kind of missing for me. It just didn't feel like my camera in my hand. I enjoyed shooting it, but I thought that I could be happier. So I went and I did a little research on different types of SLR cameras that were on the market. I came across the Om-1 system. I watched like a review of it on another channel here, another film channel, Analog Insights, and they did a very convincing review of the Om-1 camera. I think I got my Om-1 off of eBay. I'm pretty sure I did, and yeah, I got it for a good price too. I think it was either 75 or 100 bucks. Either way, it was, it was within my ballpark of what I was looking for. I went on to do more research. I kept seeing things like, oh, it's the SLR equivalent of having a Leica, and I'm going to tell you, after having shot a Leica and having acquired a Leica, it's really not the same, but it is a very good camera. I know a lot of people are into specs when it comes to camera reviews, so I'm going to throw some up on the screen for you guys. Of course, when I did my research, I came across these things and they all look good to me, but if I'm keeping it 100, I'm not really a gearhead in the sense that I need to have the best specs on a camera to acquire or buy a camera. I really buy my cameras based off of a feel, how it feels in my hand, and if I feel confident using it. Specs are just specs to me. The camera's gonna do what you make it do, so no matter how expensive your camera is or how technologically savvy and advanced it is, if you don't have an eye for photography, it's not gonna make a difference anyway. All right, so here are my likes when it comes to the Om-1. I like that it's lightweight. It also has a very big viewfinder. It is discreet. It's simple. There's not a lot of buttons on this camera, and it's fully mechanical. So even if I don't have a battery in the light meter, I can still meter my own light using an external light meter and utilize this camera. Another huge thing for me was the Zuiko lenses. All the articles I came across talked about how sharp these lenses were. I wanted to make sure that I could utilize these Zuiko lenses, as so many digital photographers use adapters to put the Zuiko lenses on their camera body. So I knew that these would be quality lenses and I wanted to invest in them. I have 3 prime lenses. I have the 35mm, the 50mm, and the 85mm. I acquired the 85mm and the 35mm around December, so I've been using them as much as I can this year, and hopefully I'll be able to tell you guys more about those lenses once I have had them for a year and I can give you more of an in-depth review of those items. I also did some research into just like photographers who had utilized these cameras. A photographer I came across whose work I really enjoyed was Jane Bown, and she was a English newspaper photographer, and she took beautiful portraits, like stunning portraits of many famous people throughout her career, and I loved what she was able to produce using such a simple camera. Whenever I'm going out, I either pick this camera up, sling it across the body. It fits well on the body, It's an ensemble piece type of camera. You could put it on, it looks like an accessory. It's so light that I just have it across my body and I don't feel encumbered, and no one ever feels like, what are you doing with this camera? Get out of here. You can't have this camera here. Because sometimes in LA, when you're walking around, people don't want cameras in their establishments for whatever reason. But when I have this camera on me, I have had 0 problems anywhere. When it comes to portraiture, I'm very happy with the results that I get while using this camera. I get very sharp images. I get really nice bokeh when I'm blowing it out, making the eyes look crisp. I love it. If I had to go into some dislikes about the camera, honestly, there aren't a lot. One of the biggest things that I'll probably gripe about with the camera is that the ISO caps out at 1600. So I'm not really shooting a lot of images in the subways down here, but that's like, honestly, have you been to the LA subway? I'm cool. If I wanted to, I could take the tripod out, do some long exposures down there to get it. Other people might complain about the auto exposure, but like I said, for me, that doesn't matter. That's not something that was high on my list of must-haves, so it didn't bother me. I highly recommend this camera. I really grew into the system, and it really helped me to become stronger in areas that I felt like I was weak in. It's a very versatile camera as well. I don't feel like I need to switch out cameras when I'm going to do a portrait shoot or when I'm going to do street photography. This camera has worked in both scenarios, which are the scenarios that I utilize it in. All right, you guys, thanks so much for checking out this video. Make sure you like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I will see you guys next week for another one. All right, peace. Like I said, because the Om-1 system is very much a bare bones. Hummingbird, just chilling. Like I said, fits good on the body. Take it with you everywhere you go like Visa. Bow. Sponsor me.